Good morning. How are we? Wonderful. So, when the skit was going on, the keynote speaker in the skit said he was here to inspire people, motivate, and encourage people. As man, I said, I'm here to provoke someone. Who is ready to be provoked? I'm here to provoke someone. All right? I stand on all existing protocols and a big one to honorable welcome. Always glad to see you. And Saturdays are not just Saturdays again. A tallest of things. So if you see an honorable leaving everything to come, it's a plus. If you see the dignitaries who come here and sit to deliver to you, it's a plus. And I also want to thank you. Clap for yourself for coming. There are funerals, engagement, weddings, and everything happening. There are people playing football by now, some eating fufu and sweating by now, but you chose to be here to learn. That's a plus. So clap for yourself once again. So beyond education, beyond employment, what next? Right? And I'm very careful to speak on entrepreneurship because entrepreneurship is a new word that is catching fire and people do not understand it. You know what I mean? Every young one want to be an entrepreneur. That's good. We need that to happen. But we always must do that in context. I'm going to share 10 pointers. Then I'll speak through them. And then go just 10. Because of time, everybody who came here said value. We have moved in every sector. In my life, this year, we are in March. So 23rd March will be exactly about 27 years I started working. And by the grace of God, I have worked in big teams. So I can boldly say I have spoken and interviewed more than 2,000 people, sat in front of me all these years, and I have interviewed them. You know, out of the 27 years, I think I became a manager very young. So 21 years of my life, I've been in senior management positions, right? Big roles. You know, where like in my team, presently in my team, I have about 300 people reporting to me. I have about 1,500 people in a team, a department that I'm leading. So I've spoken to loads of people. But the key question is, what value do you bring to the table? I know these ones, we ask a young woman, what do you bring to the table? No, I'm not talking about relationship. I'm talking about work. What value do you bring? Right? Economy pays for values. They don't pay for certification. Economy pays for value. They don't pay for what? Certification. So what value do you bring? Many years ago, I heard Olavicent, one Nigerian, I don't know where he is now, who said, you only make money from value. You don't make money because you're supposed to be making money. And people here will testify that now we've changed from being paid, salaries even being paid peg on salaries, certifications. It's paid on job role or the value that you bring. So economies will pay for value. Not because you have masters or have PhD. That's the reason why the young people are making money. I saw somebody's paycheck, young person, today is Saturday, so I saw it on Wednesday. When he left my office, I smiled. I was like, wow. He wants to do a project, and I was like, how much do you have in your account, or what is your monthly income before you do this project? When he showed it to me, my gray hair started coming more. And that's because he's creating value in this country. And it's just because he's gone to school. The school is good, but the value creation is important. You need to understand that before you can make it like how Francis was saying, is what do you have in your hands? Even the Christians, God cannot bless you if you don't have anything in your hands. True or false? So what value do you bring? And in this room, we have two set of people. Francis made mention in there globally. I want to limit it to this room. We have people who are creating value, and we have people who want money to chop from employment. The difference between the two is not intelligence. The difference between the two It's not where you're coming from. The difference between the two is not your father or your mother. The difference between the two is not where you were born. The difference between the two is the mindset. It's the mindset of we planning to say, let me finish school, let me just go through school and then make money through salaries. Number two, jobs are limited. How many of you have the stats of Ghana? The number of students that come out of university every year and the number of opportunities available every year. Who has done that mathematics? Who has done that? Every year we churn over 250,000 students. Honorable, I don't know whether it's right. Over 250,000 graduates every year. Are we saying we have 250,000 jobs every year? Do you know how national service people struggle to get into the organizations? It's becoming like a burden now or a bother. Because there are no jobs. There are no jobs. So once we have limited jobs, it's like a pyramid. The lower is big, the higher you go, smaller it becomes. We are churning 250 every 1,000, 250,000 every year. But the job market is not growing that rapidly. The next option is to create value for yourself. The next option is to have a skill that can sell. The next option is to get something in your hands that you can show and say, this is what I am doing. That can help me. Value comes out from you solving problems, right? Every entrepreneur solves what? Problems. And there are many problems, 1,001 problems around us. 1,001 problems around us. Zoom Lion came out of somebody thinking, what can I do? How do I help these busy people keep their environment clean? JetLink started from, okay, let me put this business here in the middle of those people and find out how can I give service to these people, right? Why do you have class teacher at home or a studies teacher at home? Because you are busy, right? The person is solving the problem for you. So there are problems every blessed day of our life. But the problem is we do not want to see them. I met a young man who walked up to me in Kumasi, after delivering a speech. And I realized this guy, when somebody wants to speak to you, you know that this guy wants to speak to you. When you pass here, he's following. I was like, okay, this guy, he's timing me. Me too, I'm timing him. Finally, he cornered me somewhere and say, I want a job. And I was like, you want a job? I also want a job. We all want a job. We all want a job. I mean, I'm working all right. But if you bring a job that will pay me 3 times, 4 times what I'm earning, I'll move. I want a job. He said, so what job do you want? Let me also share the job I want. He said, I'm a teacher and I'm thinking of moving from teaching and get into more corporate. And I said, how many years have you been a teacher? He said, I've been a teacher for 7 years. I said, let me tell you, if you move now to corporate, you die. The pressure in corporate is not the same as being a teacher there. So know where you are coming, you die early. I said, how you have a skill, how can we sell it? He was talking plenty. I was like, boss, pause. What's the problem in your neighborhood? Let's start from your neighborhood before we go out. Let's start from your own locality. What's the problem? He was still there. Oh, I don't think there's a problem. I said, there's a problem. I said, I have time for you. I'm going to eat for food. You want to follow me? He said, yes. I said, let's go. He sat in my car. We drove around. We went to see some joint. I said, tell me, before I leave and get to the airport and pick a flight to Accra, I want you to tell me the problem in your area. I said, I know the problem in your area. I don't know where you live, but I know the problem in your area. Give and take. He was still blank. So I said, you live in an estate? He said, oh, I don't live in an estate. The estate is here and here. I said, okay, I'm giving you a job. Report back to me in 3 days. Count the number of GSS students in the neighborhood. Count the number of GSS people in the neighborhood. Classify them into GSS 1, GSS 2, GSS 3, and give me a call. He was very honest. He called me. He said, yeah, I've done that. From this street to this street to this street. I've counted about 80 people who are in school. I said, brilliant. He said, oh, about 30 of them, when I strayed to the other side of the town. I said, yeah. I said, where do you live? So I have a big compound. I said, go and buy a board. Design flyer and take it to every house and say you want to teach the GSS 3 people from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Every day. Do it Monday to Thursday. Friday, let them rest. Everybody. Out of 30 people, he got 26 people registering. You know his salary from the school? 1,200. You don't hear how much he is charging the people, one person per month, 1,500. I say, big man, you've solved the problem. I'm a father. I can't put the whole problem on me and start going to teach my daughter. If I can get somebody who can carry that burden off me, I'll do it. But he has not paid tithe. That's his problem. He has not brought a 10%. He keep calling me for more ideas. I said, boy, pa. And that's what he's making now. Quickly, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? He resigned. I said, build up. I said, I want you to build up. Go to school. Because you teach only in the evening. Now, use your time properly and go to school. I want you to teach university students now. That you can charge them more. Say, it's a good idea, sir. So there's problems everywhere. And the problems are business opportunities. We all complain. Ghanaians, we love to complain. True of us. Stop complaining and find solution to what you're complaining about. Stop complaining and find solution to the problems you are complaining about. That is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not that copy and paste that we do in Ghana. Pure water, everybody running to do pure water. Then it's choke. Now, content creation, everybody. It will choke. The next minute we're going here, it will choke. Stand out. You don't need to stand out. Spend time and find out what can I do differently. Look, everybody. There's somebody I know who started selling cutleries at work. And do you know what? Because she go to the lunchroom and everybody's complaining, why are we using plastic spoons here? She paused. So what can I do? Ordered cutlery sets and started selling. So everybody individually have their own cutlery set in the office. An office of 822 people. She brought cutlery set from China, which probably she bought it like $10 and sold to everybody on a premium price like $25. Are you doing the calculation in your head? Are you doing the mathematics in your head? This one is not struggle. Are you getting what I'm saying? So you can be an entrepreneur by just sitting down to analyze the situation. Just analyzing the situation. One guy came to Moa for me and asked him, from here, where are you going? So mom is carrying a pay BD, no, I called down. And I said, this house. The one said, Ujeni Modibia will be out at the fee. Or every month to buy a man. You see this house? Go and tell the man every month. When you have 5 of us, you are done. When you have 5 of us, so we'll be because on farm, mammy. Me say, what catch you? He went the next day. I'm looking for him. I called him. He was like, "Me will be free. Me about." There are problems everywhere, and the problems we see, we shouldn't complain about them. But it's what? Business opportunities, right? He mentioned skills is the new currency. Skills is a new currency for entrepreneurs or for every individual. Skills. So don't just go to school and get a certificate and come in. What can you do for us? What value are you bringing? The person couldn't answer. What can you do? It's not because you went to Legon. No, it's not because you went to tech. For what? Do I need that? I don't need that in my office. So in fact, I have stopped doing interviews. I give real case scenario. When you come, I'll give you one sheet of paper with a case and say, solve it. See, people, they will shake their head. Somebody has requested for paracetamol from you before. Say, boss, pacho, more para. Yo, code. What value do you bring on the table? That's all. That's what we need. It's not a certification. It's not a certification. And that's what people teach in school. We just go and learn and let's pass and then we have the certificate and flagging around. No, what value can you create? What value do you bring on the table? National service people in my office, I called them into my office. I was like, guys, forget all the things that you've learned. I want you tomorrow come and tell me what exactly you want to do for me in this department. Either than that, I'll let you move out. If you can't bring value to the department, you move out. And I have the biggest, I think, based on conversation this morning, I have about 55 national service working in my department. You must show me the value. Just come and you can't come and do photocopies and buy gobe and planting for people for 1 year. No, it doesn't happen under my watch. It doesn't happen under my watch. You must create value. I must see the importance of you in the building. I work with a man, when he sees you and say, how are you? You dare not answer, I'm fine. How are you? Yes, the number is like this. We have 35 people. Before you come, now yourself, how are you? Value. Create value. So the problems are there. Get skills. Ensure you have skills. And one of the things we don't do well as Ghanaians is have multiple skills. We don't have multiple skills. It's a big issue. 4 years in school, you waste all. You waste all. If you're in Lego, it's time out, DSTV, classroom, time out, DSTV, your girl, up and down. That's all for 4 years. But this is time that we can build other skills. Try and have multiple skills. The next one, technology has reduced the barriers of we being successful. Technology has reduced the barrier for we being successful. All that we need is a phone. All that we need is a laptop. Right? I keep making fun of someone. Many years ago, I said, I want to have my consultancy working. I employ somebody, like a social media content creator and everything, give and take. Every year, I spend about 25,000 Ghana cedis on them. One day, I was like asking myself, but why can't you do all this yourself? I picked my laptop from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. All the things that 3 people were doing for me, I was able to do it myself. 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. I said, let by myself. I pick Canva, I go to here, I go to Pixie, I do this. I learned all by myself and started doing it. Technology has made things very easy. I'm a commercial consultant. I went to deliver some commercial training for someone. They walk up to me and they say, we have HR problem. And then the left mind started thinking, HR. The right say, don't fool. You can do HR. You can do HR. And I was there. I was smiling to myself. When they gave me the problem, I sat in my car and said, Joe, you can be an HR today. I went home. By 3 hours, I've sent invoice. I delivered HR. Thanks to technology. Thanks to technology. Technology is making things very easy. So if you're here, you don't know how to use any AI tool. Clap for yourself. You don't know how to use any AI tool. You clap for yourself. Here, he's clapping. There are million AI tools online that can help you do things very easy. Million and over that can help you. If you cannot be an entrepreneur in this world right now that you don't understand AI. That's a young lady at IPS. She'll do her own design, print her own stickers, and do her own sobolo. And that's it. When she's coming to school, she's dragging ice chests. By the time she finished class, she has sold for her transportation back. You call her 1 year, we them yes sobolo. But she's in school. Let's solve the problems around us. Okay? The next one is start small, but very early. Start small. Start small. I've heard a story where some 3 guys went to find, loan to do business. And then they say, what do you want to do with the loan? We say, we want to get 3-bedroom house and we'll buy a car. And only 20% of the money they are looking for will go into the business. Start small. Start small. Relax. 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 The titles too, I beg you, reduce them. Reduce them. CEO, reduce them. Your company is 13 days. You say you are CEO, reduce them. Reduce them. Reduce them. I know it's interesting. Company 13 days, employee 1. Who? CEO. Who are you CEO on? Relax, start small. Start small. Let's let it grow. Let it grow. Let it grow. Start small, but start early. Start small. You're studying the markets. You're studying the environment. Then you're growing. You're growing. Many big businesses, when you ask them, they say, I'm a team member. I'm a senior team member. The young ones, they hear no MD, CEO. Who are you seeing on? Start small. Start small. Gather experience. Gather experience. Start small and gather experience. Our school system teaches us some bad habits that is not helping entrepreneurs in Ghana or the young entrepreneurs. You know, when we go to school and writing exams, you put your shoulder all by your paper. You don't want anybody to see. We don't do collaboration. No. We don't do, tell me, it's just the recent people who are trying. Tell me, even GSS, they will tell you to go and discuss, do collaborative work. No. Upon women team, deliver. Collaboration is the fastest way to be successful as an entrepreneur. Collaborations is the fastest, smartest way to become successful. 2 weeks ago, I was doing a paper on partnership for an organization. And I started researching and asking questions by myself and say, how do these people make it? And it's very simple. The phone that my brother have lifted there, it's based on collaboration. Somebody is doing the hardware. Somebody is doing engineering. Somebody is doing this. Somebody is doing sound. The car that you sit in, the speakers in the car is from another organization. The hardware is from... Collaboration is the fastest link to become successful as an entrepreneur. But the problem is that you don't want to give Steve Nelson 10% of your equity. But I can sell your product for you across the globe in just 1 month. The problem is you don't want to give that sister who has the beauty to use her face as a brand some equity. You want me alone. You want me alone. You are the CEO, you are the secretary, you are the production officer. You don't want people to come on board. I gave a lecture recently and 3 people, in actual fact, they came to my office on Wednesday. They said, after you delivered, this is what we did. I have a big house. There's nothing on the compound. So we decided to put structures there. I am an expert in this production. I'm a marketer. 3 people, they form company. They are done. One is giving space for nothing. So I was teasing her, I said, you, when you come, look at the space and go back to the bed. I said, yes, boss, that's what I do. I have no idea about marketing. I have no idea about production, but I had a space. So the factory is on my land. One person says, look, I have the idea for 5 years. I have no space. I don't know where to start from. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I can't do anything there. One guy said, look, I have followers. My social media is about 800,000 people combined. I have this network. Can't we start business? I saw the proposal the people were holding was so deep. The marketing guy had no production. He had nothing. It was so deep. This week, they are meeting about 4 people. Coming week, they are meeting about 4 people. And trust you me, in Ghana, they will raise 2 million Ghana cedis by the end of this month. Collaborations. Collaborations. I don't want anybody to know. And that's the problem. Most of these big businesses, look, Facebook. Do you think it's Mark alone who did it? Is it Mark alone who did it? The rest are there. They are chopping their, their dividends quietly. They are there. Snapchat, it's not one person. They are there. WhatsApp, it's not one person. But because we want to shine, we want to shine, nobody should come. Collaboration is a problem. But please, let's try and make sure that we collaborate extremely well. Francis mentioned that it's not easy. If you think the road is an easy road, please don't start it. Don't start it. And that's why I have a problem with entrepreneurs that we bring to programs. They don't tell us the fact. The midnight cries. The midnight cries. I told you I'm not going to motivate you. I'm going to provoke you for you to understand. The midnight cries. When I wanted to put some fire in my consultancy, 2021, I remember, better part of the year, I was working from home. The company I worked from home. In actual fact, from 2020 to 2021, I was working from home. The latest I'll be in my study is around 5:30 a.m. The latest that you know that I'm late to my study, entering my study, is 5:30 a.m. The earliest I will leave my study is around 11 p.m. On daily basis, apart from Sunday, on daily basis, because I need to come early, sort my mainstream job, and then sort out my consultancy. I was still in school. Sometimes I'll sit in my study alone and I'm crying, but the family is snoring under air condition. It is not an easy road. If you don't have that mental toughness, if you're not ready for it, Urupa, don't try. That's the reason why we have companies folding up. In Africa, SMEs fold up by 2 years, max 2 years. When COVID came, about 45% of SMEs died because they don't have that, capacity strength. So first of all, prepare your mind and say, I will go this journey. I will go this journey. I will go this journey. It's not an easy road. You see Francis looking fine like that, you think it's easy. It's not easy, but when you have the right mindset, you prepare your mind as an entrepreneur. Look, I work with many entrepreneurs. I do plenty of things for them. You send somebody email at 3 a.m., the person will respond. Then I ask myself, they sleep. They sleep. You receive a text message from the person around like 12 midnight. You wake up in the morning, you say, okay, let me do my stuff and send very early. By the time you send, you reply, thank you very much, Stephen. I'll review by 10 a.m. for you. It's not an easy road if you want to stand out. If you want to be a mediocre one, some, small one, that if you get some 100 cedi, go and chop and sleep small. When the money is finished, then you come and say, I'm an entrepreneur. You start again. Well, fine. Those people are there. Fine. We know ball. But entrepreneur to make a change in this country, a change in the world, a change in your life, a change in your family's life. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. So you need to understand what you want to do. Universities now, we're teaching entrepreneurship. We're pushing everybody to go. But are you ready for the fight? Are you ready for the fight? But I think policies are coming up that will help. Recently I had a meeting with some of people in government. I think from next year, they're going to give room, the national service, they're going to give room for entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, do your own business as national service, which I think is laudable. It's something that they want to implement. But those ones are good. It's good. They will monitor you and do everything. Those ones, government policy is fine. But it's not an easy road. So I'll urge you to have the right mindset. Have the right mindset. There are two differences in entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. EN and IN. The EN is external. The IN is yourself. If you're not self-driven, you cannot be an entrepreneur. If you don't have the IN, you cannot deliver the EN. Do you know why? Nobody gives you motivation. He mentioned success is for you alone. Nobody is going to help. We are fan of your uncle paying your school fees. So you are expecting your uncle to put his money in your business by force. The young people who have walked up to me and say, I have a business idea and this and we need some 100,000, and I look at them and say, so what about me? Do you know me? I need some $1 million to do something in this country as well. You know what I mean? Nobody will come and say, okay, you are doing well. Unless family members, unless some people who love you to call. But it is you who must design that success lane and ensure that you are on. Don't be scared to sell equity, but be smart about it. We are not talking about those ones here. The legal framework on how to make sure that you patent your idea and sell it out to somebody. You need 1 million to start some project. About 5 people giving you 800,000 or 900,000 to start. These things are there. But ladies and gentlemen, success is for you. I hear people can't really employ and crowd. Yeah, one wow. You don't pay your tax. Whose tax should they use to give you? So you just need to understand the road is not an easy road. It's something that we need to ensure that we do well. If you want to be an entrepreneur, ask yourself this question. If I'm not doing my own job, who will employ me? Your lifestyle, your attitude towards work. Who will employ? Will somebody employ me? If the answer is no, then you can't employ yourself. If your answer is no, you can't employ yourself. Entrepreneurs have different attitude and lifestyle. Financially, they are very disciplined. Emotionally, they are very stable. Physically, they are ready and strong for the job. Mentally, they are fortified. The spiritual aspect, we all believe in different spirits. What did I say? I said financially, they are what? Very disciplined. Emotionally, they are stable. Mentally, they are fortified. They are physically, they are strong. You can't do the job. You can't wake up at 6 and come back home at 12. You can't do it. Media mabreo, kakra mabreo. You can't survive it. It takes time to be a successful entrepreneur. It takes time to be a successful entrepreneur. But I want to believe that we all can do it. If somebody has done it before, why can't we do it? If people have done it and they are successful, they are standing out, why can't we do it? We should be able to do it. We should be able to deliver to that level. My few words to you is, look, first start with a plan and understand. I've sat on many awards, programs where we give entrepreneurs award and everything. Number one is we don't understand what we do. We do not understand what we do. We just want to do it. So most of the times, people qualifying in Africa will take them to the world and they don't get a grant or they don't get support because they are just excited and fluffy, the fluffiness about the whole idea. But the market research, the skill is not there. Motivation is good, but the skill for what you want to do is also critically important. It's extremely important we ensure that we have the right skill to support. People have come with ideas they want to do products. And the first question I ask them, who is your target market? Oh, everybody. Who is your target market? So this thing, in 5 years, where will it be? You have no idea. Take your time. Don't rush. Entrepreneur is not a 100-meter dash. It's not peak and crying. It's not Ajana 1, Ajana 2. It's a long haul. It's a very long haul. So before you start and call yourself an entrepreneur, MD of 3 people company and 13 years or 13 days in business, take your time, prepare very well, understand where you're going, understand the journey you're running for, and ensure that you do the right thing to get you toward where you want to be. The future is not for the faint-hearted. The future is for strong people who have decided to rock this journey. So if you want to leave this room and call yourself an entrepreneur, know that physically you must be tough, mentally you must be fortified, emotionally you must be stable. It's not when customers are not buying today, you throw tantrums and come and insult everybody on Facebook, and the following day you come in. I've seen many of them like that. TikTok, you see people come and insult their customers, and I'm on to idea, and I'm on Jai Nyonkan. You need to be very stable. You need to be extremely stable for you to be successful. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Essien. We'll take 2 questions, just 2 questions. There's one hand here. Okay, we have 2 at the other side, so we'll do the 3 questions. So.
All right, sir. Thanks for your presentation. As you were presenting, I was just taking some few notes. I don't know whether you were very careful using the word collaboration and not partnership. I don't know. I was just looking at your lips whether you can marry the two, but you were very careful of that. I have been told that in an African setting, partnership is not good for us because of greed and juju and all that. So please advise me. You've been careful with the word collaboration. Where you stand, what do you advise us to do? Partnership, collaboration in that juju spirit and all that. Thank you.
I'm surprised you're asking this. That's what I said. I told you I was doing something on partnership. So I just delivered a 5,000 word explaining the difference between collaboration and partnership to solve organization, right? And you're right. We don't have that mindset of proper partnership in Africa, in Ghana, and especially. You know what I mean? I meet Francis on the way. Oh, let's do this and we go ahead. We don't have the right governance, the framework, the legal framework, and everything. Collaboration is where we say, okay, you do this, this is your cut, and we're done. Do you understand? We are not trained to just say that, okay, I'm giving you 5% equity. Let's do this. When we grow, you get this amount, or you need to invest this amount. I struggle to let people go into that. If you're a marketer, what's the value you're bringing on the table? This is the value we're done. So there's a clear difference between collaborations and what? Partnership. Partnership is where probably Francis and myself come together and say, we want to put 100,000 down. We don't have a marketing experience, so let's employ a marketing guy to do. Right? We don't have HR experience. But collaboration is said, okay, he has this experience, I have this experience. Let's marry the two and deliver it. So partnership is a whole different thing. And anywhere I get opportunity, I say, look, if even is a how do you call it, hand tissue, that you get to write some agreement on it, please do. Please do. Please do. Wife, husband, write agreement. Boyfriend, girlfriend, write agreement. Do you understand? We make decisions of this partnership out of the blues and excitement and everything. And then when it gets to the crunch, we have an issue. We can't do anything about it. But if it's collaboration that, okay, this is you're wearing a suit, I'm wearing a kaftan, let's marry the two together and call it to suit can or something, then we'll do it. That's fine. But let's partner for future unless you have the right understanding of the legal framework. Right? I'll take the musicians of Ghana. You know how those people come up and they break up. Because from beginning they don't put any partnership agreement. Some of the stories I hear is that, oh, you can't go out. The person says, why are you telling me I can't go out? I can't wear this. I can't perform the song alone. So many things. And it comes into business. There are few business that are stalling now. An organization that I worked for, I did some job for last year. In 2024, brought goods worth over $1.2 million in Ghana. The goods are in the room expired. Misunderstanding. Why are you telling him that when we sell, I'll get this cut? Then don't sell it. Why are you telling him that I can't do this? Don't sell it. It's there. It's expired. So before you go into partnership, make sure you have your legal framework extremely corrected and everybody knows where they stand before you can go.
Thank you very much. So, sir, please, you mentioned that in our world right now, skills is the new currency. And then the companies value your skill or what you bring to the table more than your certification. So, I want to know, as students who are still developing our skills, how do we demonstrate the value that we have to the companies before we even get to have the experience? Because I'm still schooling, and then for my internship or attachments that I've experienced, some of the HR or the people in the organizations don't even give you the platform to ask questions. When you ask, it's like you are disturbing. I mean, their expressions towards you. So, how do we get to develop our skills in this kind of environment?
The platform, they will never give you. Won't give you that. Because you guys waste our time. But you have 4 years, right? You have 4 years in school. What are you studying? Example. Give me example.
Please come again.
What are you studying?
Human resource management.
So out of the lots of human resource stuff, what skill do you have?
Well, I've not really gotten to
And that is the challenge. I hope you understand. Let me give you an example. When I challenge the national service people in my team, national service, somebody who has HR background, told me that I'm doing HR, but I'm super in graphic designing. He's in the marketing team as of now. Do you understand? Somebody who works with me, more or less becoming my PA, national service. Excel, amazing. I said, what can you do? He said, I've seen you do meetings and you're opening Excel and doing this and stuff. I can do it for you. I said, are you sure? I sent him, do this and do that and do that. So the skill is not you going to school and carry a skill on your head. What can you do? What can you stand out and say you do? One person said, I have excellent organizational skills. I said, Lockheed, organize. We're going to market. We're in Makola on Thursday. I said, 1, 2, 3, organize a national service. They organize it nicely. So you must have something to bring. You know what I mean? It's not because national service, you come in, like Shaggy, you know how Shaggy works, Scooby-Doo. They walk and come and then you go back. So what value are you bringing? And look, even at my level, people ask, what value do you bring? And within 1 minute, I'll be able to tell you the value I bring to organization. I hope you understand. Or have I confused you?
No, please. But you just mentioned Excel. I'm not so perfect on it, but I know a few things about it. So I once tried to guide somebody in an office about something that she was doing. And then she told me that she has been doing this for quite a long time, and I'm not the one coming to tell her how to do it. So
Your issue is a peculiar issue. Oh. We need prayers and blessing. But on a serious note, but on a serious note, Excel is just one of them. Do you understand? Excel is just one of them. Look, there's one prominent person here, and I'm a friend to the person of PowerPoint because of PowerPoint. Because of PowerPoint. I'm a friend to that person, prominent person in GH where everybody knows, because of PowerPoint. When he started, he say, Charlie, Stephen, we are free. He say, "Menya 30 minutes. Yeah, deal with mommy. And I'll make sure I deliver very well." So that's the value I give to the person. I hope you understand. So it's not just about Excel. I'm using that as an example. Do you understand? Maybe you are good in customer experience. There are few national service people, they will call them to the boardroom because of their thinking ability or the research background or the insight they have about something. So you need to have a skill. You need to represent something. Am I making sense? Represent something. Don't just say, I've gone to school 4 years. All that I did was to get, you won't get upper cry, you get some lower, big cry account. You know what I mean? We can't do anything with you. So make sure you have value. When people sit in front of you, the question he asks me, I ask a lot. I say, Charlie boss, you know this company, what you go fit do? What change they bring? And my interviews are not structured. Stephen, somebody here has come for interview. I can come to the reception and we are standing by the office door. Maybe I'm interview. Charlie, in your company, what do you do now? Oh, I do this and do this. Oh, Charlie, so what value are you giving them? I'm doing this and stuff. So when you come here, what can you do differently? You tell me and I'm convinced. I say, Charlie, go see HR. Yeah. It's not book long and AdMass is the definition of no. Very clear? Yeah. Last question.
Thank you. So my question is, when you have the business ideas and you are well prepared.
Idea, not ideas, right?
Okay.
Ideas. Plenty of them.
Okay. Okay, so when you have the business idea, do you have to just venture into the business, that idea that you have, or you need to have a structured way, or like how you have to go about it?
See, when you rush, that's why we say rush kuti. You tea. The idea is in a raw form. Take your time, and it goes through process. Every idea must go through process before it becomes a full-blown reality. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. People will just stay in their room, wake up one day, go on TikTok and see somebody doing something, and they start the following day. But you don't know the thinking that went through it. You don't know the thinking that... Take your time and ask questions. Ask yourself questions. There was an expo in Kenya. Ghanaian expo in Kenya. I lived in Kenya by then. I went to the expo and I saw people very enthusiastic about bringing business to Kenya. The ones that would die, I knew it would die. Because living in Kenya, I know what they want, what they don't want. But people don't do the research. When after said, let's go, all of them followed. People brought bags, containers, and they're still there. Because they didn't do any market research to understand that, okay, this is Kenyans. They are not like Ghanaians. The place is cold. They see warmness about 3 weeks of the year. This weather you see here is normal for them. For them, by the time they don't wear shirts because it's hot for them. Their condition we are feeling here, for them, it's too warm. This weather is too warm. And some of the products they bring, and you do this, and you do the sun, because of sun, they don't have sun. Why are you bringing them sunscreen? From Ghana, with Nkuto inside. I said, this one, it go fail. So when you have the idea, take your time, Which market? In my world, we designed it to say we look for one person. We call the persona. One person. We let one person represent the brand that we want. This is the brand I want. I'm looking for, this is the man, this is his behavior, he's like this, his salary is around like this, and this is where I can find him. Before the idea comes out. Whatever product you have, it's not for everybody, true or false. Every product is not for everybody. So when you have that, who is the idea targeting? Who is the primary customer? Who is the secondary customer? Sometimes who is the third customer that we can get? If you want to redesign Chokumilo into something new, your primary customers might be the kids, but probably your marketing target is for the parents because they have the buying power. Am I making sense? So the idea, take your time and nurture the idea. Go through processing. You do some few simulations and find out whether this can sell or cannot sell. There are many businesses in Ghana, trust me, they come boom. The next 1 year, we don't hear of them again. Because you do that out of excitement, not out of proper planning and understanding the market they want to venture into. How many people remember Pep stores? Yeah. I did an article on Pep stores many years ago. Brilliant. It's doing well in some parts of the country, the world. But in Ghana, look, I'm sorry, but we don't have money. I'm careful to say we are poor. We don't have money, but we are very aspirational. We are very extremely aspirational. So if you don't understand Ghana, you're not. Look, Cote d'Ivoire, there was a project we did here, October 2018. It was doing well in Cote d'Ivoire. I went to Cote d'Ivoire, spent a week there. I came to Ghana. I told the French people who were bringing the stuff, I said, if we do not redo it, it will fail in Ghana. They said, no, but we are just here in neighbors. I said, neighbor, now it will not die. 5 million euro. It went to drain. Because they understand. They took everything lightly. Electrification is around 46%. We are hovering around 87%. We are different people. We are Nigerians. We don't have one, but we think big. Them, when they have crowd, they are thinking small. Two different organizations, two different countries. So let your idea go through testing. I hope you understand. Let your idea go through testing. And the testing in Ghana, be very careful because by the time you tell me, immediately you go, I formed 3 boys and we are doing the same business. I can't teach you how to, hide the idea, but let your idea go through testing. Have conversations and have a plan on how you can start off and deliver it. Other than that, it will just be a flash in the pan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Essien. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for him.